Hi, my name's Neil Williams. I'm the art manager on Ghost Rider, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the art production on the project. I'll start off discussing about characters. As soon as the concepts have been officially approved by all the necessary parties, they're passed over to the character team, who set about bringing these visions to life. A 3D mesh is created based upon the character concept, and is tweaked and optimised until it is accurate and as economical as possible. After this point, the artists proceed to texture and rig the mesh, ready for the animation team to bring it to life. I'm just going to talk a little bit about levels that we created for Ghost Rider now. The first stage of development is in pre-production, during which the content and design of the game are thrashed out and scheduled. So the art development on Ghost Rider began with a collection of reference material from various sources, including Victorian apocalyptic visionary John Martin, William Blake, as well as a range of more contemporary sources such as Beksinski and his ilk. Combining this with a comprehensive range of concept art that we received from the film and added a dark, gritty edge, imbued with a sense of desolation and abandonment to enhance the fact that these locations are bereft of ordinary citizens and are now home to the darker denizens of the Ghost Rider universe. There are several areas throughout the game that are based on locations from the movie itself. For example, the ghost town of San Venganza, the Broken Spoke Saloon, and several locations throughout the city. These references give Ghost Rider the game continuity with the film, but as it is actually chronologically set after the film itself, we were able to incorporate a few more fantasy-based locations as a nod to the character's comic book origins. In these instances, we were able to let the artists' imaginations run wild, with sometimes disturbing results. Because of the scope of this project and the time frame, there are a few casualties along the way. Probably the most lamented by the team was the level set amongst the windswept cornfields and trailer parks of America's Midwest. In a battle in an old used barn on a farm being literally ripped apart by a rampaging storm. The process of creating the levels themselves, after all the concepting on paper designs are agreed, is the production of the grey box. This is created by the level design team and is essentially an empty shell of the level. Once this initial design phase is complete, the level artist takes over production of the level and focuses on the visual aspect of it. The first step is to build a new mesh suitable for lighting and texturing. Following this, the level is textured and then lit. Background effects played a big part in bringing the levels to life. These were actually done by a member of the effects team, although incorporated into the level by the environment team. Special effects is a burgeoning discipline within the video game development industry, and is an area that we knew from day one we had to get right for Ghost Rider. Some of the cooler ones, first one, the environmental effects we're particularly pleased with, as you race up the side of the Hellscraper, battling Vengeance. The tools used to create the special effects were created in-house to the specifications of the artists using them, and so were tailored very well to create exactly the type of visual effects extravaganza that we envisaged. The effects in Ghost Rider are created through an extensive combination of animated geometry, animated shaders, scrolling textures and particle systems. These are also enhanced by code-based effects such as distortion and motion blur that are added in the world editor at a later stage. The particle system used in Ghost Rider, called Particle X, was developed in-house through previous projects and was converted for use on PSP and PS2 for Ghost Rider. Combining this with the ability to animate all aspects of the geometry and the shader, including the ability to animate the RGB and alpha values, allowing us to fade transparencies in and out, and also multiple blend modes available, our effects artists had an unprecedented level of control over this aspect of the game. Okay, thanks for listening. Making Ghost Rider has been a lot of fun, so I hope you have a lot of fun playing it. See ya!